here. So now we're in a place of what I like to call postural tone instead of posture, where you're putting yourself in a position. Now you're gonna take that lovely band, and we are gonna do the weirdest thing. And we can thank Paul Thornley. I got up at 5 a.m. this morning to take a class from someone in Dubai because I greatly admire what he does. And he really focuses on the fascial system, but our humanness and how everything's connected and how we need to be moving our bodies as human beings. So we are going to put this over our heads like we were, I don't know what, the little old lady. Yes, are you going to the market? And what gives us that sensing, that sensory support. So sometimes we can feel things from the outside in. Your head. So, we think of our, head and neck being here, and then we end up moving it like a hinge. And you can push out. And just feel how there's a response. You have to expand outwards, but we always want to find, like, what am I grounded to? I have to move down to move up, so I really can feel my feet, I can feel my head, I can feel this arm. So there's a complete relationship from the deep, deep core of myself all the way out to my ends and back in. Yeah, beautiful. Now why would I have you do this? What are we about to get onto?
Whatever you say.
Oh, I like that answer. Whatever.
Was that the position on the reformer, the
So-
alignment?
Yeah, so we're getting on a piece of equipment that if we're not careful is going to compress us. So we're using this to learn, just like this, how we can find expansion. Cool, huh? All right, so continue that sense of yield and push, reach and pull. Yield and push, reach and pull. So we don't collapse. We're condensing, which is very human, and then roll back up, and now you've got this band right over your head. You can feel that sacrum really condensing and giving energy and support for the back of the head. And just try sacrum, expansive. Imagine you still have that TheraBand on your head. So we're not just turning the whole body, chunking. We have this exquisite fine tuning. We're like a Swiss watch. We're like a Rolex, ladies. We're not a Timex, we're a Rolex. Although I think we're Timex too, because isn't that saying takes a licking but keeps on ticking? Yeah, we're both. So let go of bones and feel your fluid. Think about the ocean. Think about how powerful that ocean is. It doesn't have bones. Yes. And opening. I'm on the floor, so I can even make this bigger. So you can make this as big or as small as you want. And you are condensing and you are expanding. Every cell in your body does this. And we can soften. You're gonna see if you can stay same height. Now when you push into that foot, can you find that expansion in your spine? Can you feel like you've still got that flex band on your head? So that one limb pushes into this resistance, the whole body responds. Here, you guys, there's spiraling happening in your body, okay? This hip has gone a little bit forward, and there's been this response all the way up, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and just do 2, where you're pressing out. Just get on that standing leg, so there's no weight on that knee. Organize, feel like you expand all the way out. Armpits, head, neck. Now you can try to go a little faster. So push and pull in, push and pull in, push and pull in. And does that stay all connected? So you expand from that deep core and come back in. Beautiful. 4, yes. 3, it might feel a little like woo wah wah, and that's okay. there should be a push through your hands that helps your tail reach back. Okay? So that you're using gravity in space and not just your muscles. You're going to push through your backs of your legs to push the carriage out. When you come in, those hands push so that your tail reaches back. You go out and pull in, and this is another place where you can feel or imagine that band is around your head. So there's a reach through the crown of the head that helps create space all the way down through the tail. Yeah. Yes. So we're finding stability, but it's functional. And what is functional stability? It's responsive. We're finding mobility, and what is good mobility? It's where you're moving with ease. So if you're doing something and it's super, super hard, we need to look at why. It's too intense, there's too much effort or resistance. We want to move with ease. That doesn't mean it needs to be easy. Beautifully, guys. Let's do a couple more. Feeling that you move down towards the box to move up. You find that expansion in your extension rather than I'm just coming up. And then what the arms actually do is help us move further through space. Yeah. They propel us, just like if we were swimming in water. You could just, just do your spine, no arms by your side. That would get you so far. You could add, and then you add the arms, and then man, you're really cruising. But we always have that spinal movement. Yeah, beautiful. Now the last one you're gonna lift. So let's take first, because we always move from center. So if we're just doing this with our arm and it's not connected into center, I don't know what it is. So find that little puppy dog tilt first. And then you're gonna start to bend into the bar, and then you push away, and you have this beautiful curve. Now the other arm can flow upwards. Let your shoulder blade glide and slide. Now, even though it might be pretty, I want you to let go of the idea that you have to do the ballerina round arm, and I want you to find a reach, yes, so that you find relationship. And so your fingers, if you wiggle your fingers, you can feel them. What if you rotate your arm? Can you feel that in your shoulder? Now, what if you rotated inwards and you kept rotating towards your bar? You're gonna feel like, okay, there go my ribs and my spine and rotating around. Good. You could go as far as ourselves of vitality. That is what is going to make us fabulous old people. So I just did a post today and it says, does your fitness practice support you as a human being? If your fitness practice is if you're treating your body like a machine, it's going to break down like a machine. And a lot of fitness does that. And Paul was bringing this up too, and I thought it was so cool. Like, he just said some really awesome stuff. And one of the things he said, we're human first, athlete second. He said, explain to me if we look at athletes and we're like, that's the epitome of like fitness, and how come most athletes, dancers included, are done by the time they're 35 to 40 and then spend the rest of their life in terrible pain trying to fix what they did. So obviously, so we always want to, and it doesn't mean that you don't get to do the things you love to do. You should go do them. If you want to go run a marathon, if you want to kickbox, if you want to do CrossFit, if you want to, whatever you want to do it. But have this as a practice. Have some of this type of humanistic movement in your movement practice, so that you're keeping your body remembering that you're a human being. And if we watch children, oh my God, you can see it. They move like so naturally until we stick them in shoes and make them sit. Yeah. So we still have that. We are always in process. We never stop changing. Even right now, your body is changing because you just moved your leg, and now it's like, oh, I have to adjust and shift to that. So you're not a machine that just pulled a lever. So you have the potential to always be growing and changing and finding different ways to be. We're never ever stuck. And what I love about that, it means we're never broken. We were never broken. There's never been anything wrong with you, ever, ever. If you've had issues in your body, that is because your body was responding to what was happening to it. So you can change the environment, you can change the movement, and your body's going to respond differently. And I feel like that gives us a lot of power and hopefully gets us out of that idea of I'm the expert and I'm going to look at you and the only way you know how to move properly is when you come in here. That's ridiculous. So what I'm trying to do is give you guys back your own power to know that you are safe in movement. You're totally safe. Your body knows what to do. Sometimes we need to